We're done. We did it. Oh, we did it. Oh, shit. Maybe. So we can start streaming now. You're live, okay. Here we go. Now, is this working? I really don't know. That's going to be a good question. Alright, can you hear us? Can you hear us on the live stream? That is the main question. Can you hear us? Hopefully you can. Can you hear us?
Yes, you can.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Alright. That's just the main
Alright, well. You do sound like Darth Vader.
Hopefully you can. Well, there's a lot of echo, guys, honestly. I don't know if we're going to be able to fix that, but let me check. Let's see. Let's look at the audio settings. Built-in microphone. There you go. Okay, now is that better? Is that less echoey? Okay, put on your phone now and see. All right, how about now? Do we? Hold on. Okay, is that better? Is that less
yes.
echoey? Okay, is that better? All right.
Put on your phone now and see.
That's it. Okay. That a little bit better then? Okay. I think I'm slowly getting this. This is it's a lot to process all at once, but we should. I think we got it. Let me just make sure one more time. Stereo. Let's go mono. Built-in input. Okay. Okie dokie. All right. Well. Okay. I guess we're gonna do this. I wish the mic was a little bit bigger, but I guess I'll be holding it like this for most of the show.
You can't.
Huh? What's that?
Maybe this is not.
Yeah, it'd be fine. I think I'm a little bit taller, so. All right. I think we're about ready to start the show. Let me get my notebook out real quick. We will get going. I know, figure it out. Grab a box for the mic. You got a box we can put on the microphone?
How big you want it?
About right, about that. All right, guys, we're gonna get this going in just a little bit. So just hang with us, boys and girls. Just hang with us. I mean, if I gotta hold it, it's fine. I'll say. I don't know if it's gonna. Yeah, I think that might work.
All right.
All right, we're in business.
All right.
All right, Ghetto Productions 2.0 in the house. All right, so let's get on Twitter real quick and say we're live. All right, we're gonna get started here in just a minute.
I see only got one snowflake over there to the left there. David. He cut his mic though, so.
All right, no theme music tonight. We got a little bit of a problem with that, but we're gonna be all right. We're gonna go. Hit record. All right, here we go. How do I start this? Okay. All right, we'll just do it.
We're ready right now.
Okay, we'll do it. Yeah. All right, you are listening to Blame Your Brother. This is episode 41. That's right, episode 41, if I'm correct. Even though the screen says 40, we are at episode 41. How you guys doing? It's going to be a little bit of a different show tonight. Normally there are three of us that bring you the program, but tonight there will just be two of us because Lee is out of town at an undisclosed location. So there's just two of us tonight. I am one half of the program. I am David, also known as D. Brew, Glenn Jackson, voice of the people, the dictator, hashtag that man, Mr. 40%. And I am joined tonight by the man himself, John. What's going on, John?
I'm John, a.k.a. Tico, a.k.a. the Groot to your Rocket, the Chucky to your Tommy,
yeah,
the Garth to your Wayne.
There you go.
Bonus points if you know where all those references come from.
You do, the sidekick.
Yeah.
the madman, which we won't have to drop tonight, but all that. So yes, we're here. We have many great episodes. We have many great topics on this episode. A lot happened this week, so we're just going to go ahead and jump in. We're going to get this party started. Remember, if it's your first time listening, go check us out at bybpod.com. That's bybpod.com. You can check out all of our past episodes. You can subscribe to the show, leave us a 5-star rating and review. You can buy t-shirts, merchandise. We'll get all of that at the end of the show, I guarantee it. But, hey, bybpod.com, what else do you need to know? All right, well, let's start off actually with some terrible news. And this, I discovered this morning. I got up and I looked at my phone. I noticed there was a bunch of Chris Cornell news on my timeline. I didn't know why. I thought maybe, I didn't know. I just, and then I scrolled down and saw that he died last night. And the cause of death has come out that he killed himself. I guess he hung himself in his room, or I don't know. Singer died after hanging himself, medical officials say. So if you don't know who Chris Cornell was, he was the lead singer initially of Soundgarden. He was in Temple of the Dog with Eddie Vedder. He was in Audio Slave, and he was a great solo artist. To me, he was one of the great... just the great voices of rock and roll and the history of rock and roll. He's one of my favorite rock vocalists ever. So, just a bummer, and when you look at the grunge movement, you look at
a lot of people look at Soundgarden as one of the...
We look at like Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
It killed himself. Lane Staley of Alice in Chains killed himself, and now Chris Cornell has killed himself. So initially, Scott Weiland. Yeah. So you only pretty much have at this point of the original grunge movement. I mean, you really could argue Eddie Vedder's it. And Pearl Jam's one of those bands that is still around, still sticking around to this day. It's crazy that they're still, going strong with it, but they are. So I mean, that is that, and it's just sad. It's I don't know much about him. Couldn't tell you, why he killed himself. I mean, would you ever really know why someone killed themselves? I guess, but. Just a bad way to start the day off. He'll be missed for sure, and I was listening to a lot of Audio Slave today. I loved Audio Slave. I thought they had some really great tunes, some great singles. I wasn't the biggest Soundgarden fan, but you look back, I mean, they had some great hits. So, I mean, he'll be missed. I mean, you got anything really to add to that, or?
Well, I mean, I was actually talking with my wife the other day about different types of music, and to me, no matter what medium of media that you're doing, whether it be books, movies, television shows, music, dance, whatever it is, to me the most important part is the story.
Yeah.
And how the story is told. To me, that alternative movement, it's one of the few ways of music where there's not another form of music that they can identify with the angst.
Right.
Really.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, you can have flat out anger in other forms of music, but not that. There's that thing that alternative music could grab onto that you couldn't really get from other forms of music, and the fact that the source. The original sources of where that came from is dwindling, is really sad.
Yeah. I mean, it did. It really tapped, like us growing up in that era, it really tapped into something. There was that sheen of the 80s that came. I was never an 80s fan of a lot of 80s music, especially not the hair metal stuff. And and this really tapped into our generation. It was the voice of our generation.
Yeah.
That music was. Kurt Cobain pretty much killed the hair metal movement. And so that brought forth all that movement. And I don't know if anything that big is ever going to come along again, music-wise. I just don't see it. I mean,
I don't either. There's just something about our generation where sometimes we're upset, and sometimes you didn't even know where the source of that came from.
Yeah, no, that's true.
And that whole genre seemed to be like, it's okay because we feel it too.
Right.
And so.
Yeah, I mean, and then they said in the chat, Kurt Cobain was murdered. Well, I mean, whatever. That's up for debate. He's
no longer with us. That's what sucks.
Yeah, there's a lot of documentaries about him. So check those out if whatever. He's not with us, like John said. So whether Courtney Love killed him or not, I don't know. But someone says, why are they always left alone? And I was thinking about that actually on the drive over. That these are grown men. These are men. I mean, how old was he? He had to be in his 50s, right? I mean, he's at least he had to be 10 years older than us, at least, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how many are you going to follow this guy around? Like, if me and John and Lee were on tour together, I wouldn't be following you back to your hotel room after a long night. I'd probably be going back to my room and going to sleep or whatever. Yeah. So you can't, if someone's depressed or, hopefully you can see the signs, but who was around this guy?
I mean, sometimes there aren't signs. Sometimes people use defense mechanisms to hide it when they're thinking that it's supposed to be helping them.
Yeah.
I mean, look at 2 days before Robin Williams killed himself.
Very true.
You think anybody was like, oh yeah, I saw it coming?
Right. No, that's a good point. And you never know what's going on in someone's head. I mean, you can just look for the signs and help them out. But if someone's going to go, they're going to go. I mean, you really can't. It's unfortunate. That's what's crazy, really, when you think about it, is that you never know what's going on in someone else's head. I mean, you never do. Like, it's it's tragic, like you say. But a lot of great artists we've lost in the last couple of years, and we'll continue to lose more as artists from our childhood. As we get older, they're going to pass away. That's just the way it is. So I don't know, man. Rest in peace, man. Listen to some tunes this week and get through it. Now let's go lighthearted a little bit. Have you heard, John, and maybe you have, follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/BYBpod or just at BYBpod. There's a movement sweeping the nation right now, and it is called the Male Romper.
I haven't heard it until you mentioned it on Twitter.
I just saw it that men. Now, if you don't know what a romper is, I mean, the best way to describe
it... It's a onesie, right?
It's a onesie.
Yeah.
It's what females wear. It's like a onesie for women. And I guess this movement lately has started where men are going to, according to social media, are going to be wearing these rompers, which is whatever, which I thought was a good time to hit the Twitter poll. It was time to hit the Twitter poll and see what the people thought about the male rompers, and specifically the male rompers of who on this show they would like. So I'll put the poll out. I said, so apparently #male rompers are a thing. Which host would you want to see in one? And so the options were David, John, Lee, and no, just no. All right, so I came in at 28%, which is scary. You and Lee tied both at 10%, and then no, just no came in at 52%. Okay, so we got some comments on that.
Michael Anthony's comments sums it up for me.
Yeah, Michael Anthony, who we love, social media at M.A. Nicholas II. We'll talk about that at Blame Yourself in a little bit. He said, I voted for no. The idea of a male adult wearing a romper makes me uncomfortable. Very good, Michael Anthony. Very good. Very good. And I think Bree Poe said she thinks Lee could pull it off, and I would be very uncomfortable in it. And you would be right on that. I would be very uncomfortable on it. I'm not saying I would not wear one for the show. If somebody sent us one, I guess I would. But I don't know. They even got like NFL ones right here. It's Are
they wearing things in public?
Yes.
This is ridiculous.
Dudes are wearing these out in public, for legit. So it's
If it would get us a guaranteed milestone number, I would do it. But otherwise, no.
Yeah, I mean, I say if someone wants to buy one and they'll send it, I'll wear it. How about that? I'll put that out to the Is this what's happening to the men in our
If
society?
you do buy it, make
boy.
sure you use our affiliate link.
There you go.
BYD.
There you go. Buy one through Amazon, send it our way. But is this what men are about now? I mean, I'm not being ridiculous at this one. This is a serious, legit question. Is this what the millennial men are about? Rompers.
I
mean, dude.
I think as time progresses, the lines between what define men and women are starting to get.
It's kind of weird, isn't it?
Fade.
I mean, we're living in society where literally.
I mean, I understand on some points it may be a good thing. I mean, like when maybe back in the 50s,
right?
Dads never did tell their sons they loved them.
That's true. Yeah, true.
And
there's a lot
you
of
experienced that kind of childhood.
Yeah, true.
And it sucked for you.
There's a lot of domestic abuse. I mean, there was get in the kitchen, make me my food. Men didn't like I said, didn't take care of the kids, didn't do any of the housework.
Yeah.
So gradual change, I don't have a problem with. I'm still, in my opinion, if you even look at raising a child, it's very important, in my opinion. I shouldn't have to say my opinion, but it's very important that a child has a male influence in their life and a female influence in their life. There's a dichotomy to us as men and women, and I think that's very important that a child experiences. I mean, there are some things like a male child. Like I have two boys, you have a boy, and I feel that there's certain things their mother gives to them that I don't. She's a lot more compassionate, sometimes understanding with them. Where I'm more like, you gotta be a man. You gotta have to be tough. You got my son was crying about something the other day. I was like, dude, you can't be crying all the time. You're gonna have to be tough. It's about something silly. I said, there's a time to cry. Don't get me wrong. I believe you can cry at the opportune times. When you suffer a great loss, yes, you can cry when an emotional moment hits you. You can cry, but you can't cry because you're not getting your way or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think that men bring that to the equation and things like that. So I don't know, man. These millennial men, some of the stuff they get into, it's just bizarre. And we have kids, and there's no telling what they'll be into when we're older.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do if when we get older, your child comes home in a romper at the age of 16 or 17, he comes ready for school and he's in a romper. You gonna tell him no, or what? Where is that line at? When do you tell your child like no? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you tell them no, or you're like, well, be you, dog. You gotta be you.
Well, I once had silver Nikes.
Yeah.
Had someone pulled me aside before I left the house?
I think we tried to.
No, before I left the house.
Oh, before you left the house?
Yeah. You guys didn't meet me at my door, but no, dog, put on your normal shoes.
Right.
I would have probably changed my shoes.
Hold on. You got to explain the silver Nikes. Now, you say that, that's kind of cool these days. You got to explain what these...
Oh, no, they weren't cool.
Explain them.
Here's the deal. Being as poor as we were, whenever we got something... that was more than $20 when it came to clothes. My mom would buy us 3 sizes bigger. That way we could have them for a while.
Right.
So keeping that in mind, I got these shoes when I was 10 years old.
Oh boy.
They still fit when I was 13.
Yeah. So you kept wearing them.
So.
Bro.
That's. Yeah. I mean, at 13, you're not that wise and stuff. But anyway, there's silver high tops, and I don't mean just a little bit silver.
They were space age.
They were like Liberace silver.
He was on the moon.
We called them moon boots, okay? Not even them making fun of me. In my home, I was like, go get my Nikes. They're like, no, which ones? The moon boots. That's and it had the red check. Where the Nike was.
Man, these were like the anti-Michael Jordans.
Yeah, they were like the Michael Jacksons. Okay.
Okay, well, don't get me wrong, because I didn't have I was poor growing up as well, or Lee would probably say no, but we were not rich, okay? So I did not have the best of shoes. I would wear cheap shoes, and people would call me out at school. So I went to the Goodwill one time and found some Nike cleats. And I wore those to school one time, and I was like, then people were joking on me about that. And I was like, well, can't wear these anymore. So back to the buddy shoes. What were those pumps? What were those pump shoes? Do you remember what those were?
Yeah, I remember. They were just Nike pumps.
No, there was another brand that wasn't Nike, though. It was just like pumps. They were just, maybe they're BK pumps or something. I had a pair of those when I played basketball. I thought it was hot stuff until it was like, oh, those aren't that cool either. But I used to pump them up before games. I was talking about those today. I do not know why I was talking about pumps. I mean, we'll get into shoes in just a second. There's a big.
Well, I mean, if the guys are wearing rompers, pretty soon they'll be wearing different kinds of pumps.
Okay, they were Reebok pumps, is what they were.
Okay, yeah,
Reebok pumps, Reebok. And I had a pair of those. And I thought they were pretty dope. But let's just get into shoes then. Let's just get into. Do you know who Lavar Ball is, John? Are you familiar with Lavar Ball and the man known as Lavar Ball? You ever heard of this guy? Big Baller brand.
He's a sports guy. I mean,
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So Lavar Ball is his son is going to basically be a top pick in the NBA draft. Okay, and his what's his son's name? Lonzo Ball. Yes. So his son plays at UCLA. He is a bona fide stud player. You know, and so his father, Lavar Ball, has been making all these appearances in media, like saying, we want $1 billion for our shoe deal, you know. And he's just like over the top, and, you know, to me, he's hurting his son's legacy, if you're asking me. You know, I think at some point you got to let your children get to where they're going to get, and then you got to let them do their thing. Well, he's on every news show. I mean, he'll ask to be on any sports show. And he's the guy that said he could beat Michael Jordan one-on-one back when he was in his prime, so to speak. This guy never even made it to the NBA, but he said he could beat Michael Jordan one-on-one in a pickup game back in Jordan's prime. So this tells you what this guy's about. Well, this week he went on the Colin Cowherd show, and he got into it with so you got Colin Cowherd, who runs the show, and you also have Kristin Leahy as his co-host, sidekick, or whatever. And basically, Lavar Ball went on there. I guess she had made some statements to him about him the night before on a program. Basically, that, you know, she thought his children were afraid of him. He's got 3 sons. They're probably all going to be bona fide ball players. And she said, you know, she thought his sons were afraid of him, and maybe, who knows, he didn't respect women and all this. Well, so it came up. He's come out with these shoes called they're called Big Baller brand shoes or something. I don't know what they're called. And he couldn't get anyone to sign him a shoe deal. Nike wouldn't touch him, anything, okay? So he made the shoes himself, and now they're like $500 a pair for the shoes of the Big Baller brand, okay? And so he went on this show, and Colin Cowherd was like, how many shoes have you sold? He wouldn't answer it, and then Kristin Leahy, who sits behind him kind of, said, well, that's a good question. How many shoes did you sell? And he didn't even look at her. He goes, stay in your lane. And she goes, what do you mean by that? He goes, look. And she said she thought that his children were afraid of him. And he goes, only thing we're afraid of is you, you know, so you need to just mind your own business. And he would not even look at her or address her the entire show. And then he went on to say something that was almost like a threat, kind of, unveiled threat maybe, basically. You know, you keep running your mouth, you're going to get what's coming your way, or something like that.
Oh, no.
And he's like, well, I didn't. And she goes, are you threatening me? And he goes, I'm just saying you're going to get what's coming to you. Now, you know, this comes back to me of disrespect. You know, we talk about the men and women. It's going to be, we're probably going to get some heat for this episode. But we look at just, when I talk about, I know Lee's in the chat right, talking about my opinions I've made on the show about women cutting the grass and things like that in my household, I don't, I want to kind of clarify. I said my wife doesn't cut the grass in my house. Anyone I'd be married to, generally, if they wanted to cut the grass, I would let them, but I really feel like it's kind of a guy's thing to do. And it's not because I'm like a misogynist or anything like that. It's just, to me, I grew up in the South. And there's a certain amount of respect for women. You definitely don't talk to a woman like that who's giving you an interview, like, stay in your lane. Like, she is in her lane. She's the co-host of this sports show. What are you talking about? She has the right to ask you a question about these stupid shoes you're selling that no one, he's like, yeah, I've sold like 500 pairs. No, you have not. Brother, you ain't even probably produced 500 pairs alone. So, you know, it's like, to me, I come from an era, like, I don't do it out of, like, disrespect or anything like that, but I think you should hold the door open for a woman. You know, you should just be chivalrous, be respectful. You don't come at women the same way maybe you would come at a man, especially if you don't know them. I mean, if you know a girl and she's like a good friend of yours and she can cut up with the guys and she wants to come and bust balls and all that, that's cool. But for you to come in and just say, stay in your lane, I'm not talking to you and all that.
He don't know her.
It's just, it's
like that.
It's so disrespectful. I mean, it's, and this guy, like I said, he's a guy that he just runs his mouth all the time. And what I think he doesn't realize, so the Lakers got the second pick in the NBA draft coming up, and he wants his son to play for the Lakers. And he pretty much said that he's only going to work out for the Lakers. And basically, he's kind of saying no one else is going to pick this guy. Like, no, you're not. If another team picks my son, basically, he's kind of in a roundabout saying he's not going to play for you. He's only going to play in LA. So, I mean, he's made all these demands, and now he's saying if any shoe company wants to come at him, he wants $3 billion. $3 billion for a shoe deal. Bro, I don't even think LeBron James, I'm pretty sure, is not getting a $3 billion shoe deal. Mm-hmm. And this is the top guy in the game.
Already proven.
Yes, proven player, and he's not getting $3 billion. Yeah. So, to me, it just comes back to that thing of where are we at as a society when we're not respecting women. And this was part of my thing about feminists, and I know that gets blown out of proportion, but it's not the feminist I have a problem with. Hey, should women make the same as men in the workplace? Yes. Like, who says no to that? Like, if you're doing the same job, how can you honestly, like, who's the guy that honestly says, yeah, no, a man should make more than a woman? Like, I mean, get serious here. But the feminists that come out on social media and things like that, they seem to just hate men. Like, they're ready to burn us all. Yeah, like we're the reasons for the way the system works.
Every bad thing that every man does is every other man's fault.
Right. And I'm like, look, I mean, and they're so serious, and they take everything this is serious nature. Like, you can't joke with them, and it's like, look, I want us all to be cool with each other. I want us all to get along. I want us to be able to have conversations with each other. But when you open up a dialogue by saying men are evil and they want nothing but to stuff women under our foot, I mean, the conversation's over. Like, you're not going to be able to have a conversation like that. It's pretty much done at that point.
Yeah, all rationality is gone from that.
And if I was raising a girl and she was 5-6 years old and she wanted to play baseball, let's play baseball. Be the best baseball player you can be. Because I'm coaching baseball this year, and our team is made up of 8 girls and 3 boys. I'm telling you, some of those girls are better than the boys on the team, and that's fine. It's not like a big deal. Like, you need to accept that, hey, in life, there are women. Ronda Rousey got into a ring with both of us. She would destroy us. Yes. And we outweigh her by several pounds, but she would snap us like a twig.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, if you take a man and a woman of the same build, same weight, the man is going to be physically stronger because of muscle. Now, if the woman starts working out and she's like lifting 200 pounds and things like that, yeah, she's probably going to be stronger. But I'm talking on the average. If you get a girl in here right now that was the same size as me, I would be able to beat her in arm wrestling. It's not like saying, oh, we're superior and all that, because we forget women kind of give us life, so that it kind of outweighs being able to win an arm wrestling contest with someone, and they do. And people are saying the thing, it's getting blurred. The lines are blurred. Yeah. I mean, you're in a world now where, and I know this is old news, but still, it still bothers me to this day that Caitlyn Jenner, who used to be, whatever his name. I don't remember, Bruce Jenner. I forgot his name, honestly. It came out and was ESPN's Man of the Year. And got, like, the Hero Award. And it's like, wait a second. Now, you can't. I'm just confused. Are you a man or a woman? Like, if you want to be addressed as a woman, fine for you. But you cannot come back and get man. I don't. It's just so. Everything is kind of weird.
Who sponsored this event?
ESPN.
See, that's ridiculous.
Well, they're a very liberal organization.
Yes, but if it's ESPN, shouldn't the whoever person of the year?
Right.
Let's take sex out of it.
Right.
Shouldn't the person of the year have to have contributed during that year to something sports related?
Well, she won bravery, like the Courage Award, for stepping forward as a transgendered individual, and it's like, bravery award. There's people in the Middle East right now putting their lives on the line for a cause they may not even believe in. But isn't that the bravery award? Isn't a child getting through? There's children that have won it for going through cancer. That's bravery. You as a multi-millionaire celebrity on a TV show by the Kardashians coming out and saying, I want to be a woman. I'm not saying it didn't take some amount of bravery or some amount of, trust me, I imagine it was a rough step to come out and say, hey, this is the way I am. But, man, it's just, is that bravery? Like, is that bravery of the year award? I mean, I don't know. It's wild. And this is a person.
I mean, I can see Lifetime giving him that award, but
right.
not ESPN.
And like people say, the lines are a little bit blurred these days, And I guess as a society, that's the way it's probably going to go toward. Unfortunately or not, I mean, whatever you want to say. But now, I guess that's just the way it is. You can only raise your children to. You can only raise them a certain way.
Them.
Well, that's true because they're going to do what they're going to do, so it doesn't really matter. But I don't even know how to explain certain things to them, and I dread the moment I'm going to have to explain certain things to them in life because, I don't even have a handle on it. And I've said it before, I don't have any transgendered friends. I've never had a transgendered friend. I mean, I didn't know anybody really gay until, my God, probably when we were explorers and. One of the Explorers was like ROTC, just best way to explain it for anybody.
It's a branch of the Boy Scouts of America that
focuses on police.
Yeah.
People want to be police going to it. And we had a lesbian in there, and she was cool as could be. I loved hanging out with her. She was a cool person. So that's really one of the first gay people I ever met. And I was like, and I've said it before on this show, and I'll keep saying it again, until you get around people of a different way of life than you're right. You're not going to understand them. You're not, you're going to...
There's going to be a amount of fear.
Yeah, there is, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I was like, these small towns where there's all white people and they never met a black person before. Yeah, there is. Some of those people are a little bit racist. It's not by design. It's because they don't know any better. They're going on what people have told them. And when adults tell you something as a child, you accept that as a reality.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad was petrified of gay people, as far as I know, because I wasn't even allowed to watch The Real World when Pedro was on it. He banned me from watching The Real World because there was a gay person on the show. And I could have taken that and ran with it, and I could have been a bigot toward the gay people. I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to judge people because I'm not living their life.
Yeah.
Okay? And whatever your theory, or your thoughts on, or, religion or spirituality and all that, even that's for them to live.
Yeah.
And I know, and everybody, any religion, I can't offer anyone else salvation. I can't offer you peace. I can't offer you anything like that. But I'm not going to sit here and, bully you and judge you and things like, you're going through whatever you're going through. You got to do you. I can't do you. But, and along the way I met more gay people, and we were in a band with Joanna, who's a lesbian, and loved her to death. Still consider her a great friend to this day, and I just see her as a person. And so... But it is a blurred line, and my friend, my son has a friend at school, and I'm pretty sure that his mother just got a divorce, and I think I've seen the mom in class, and I think she's with another woman now. And my wife went on a field trip with them, and I think they were kind of making fun of him and kind of upset him. And it's like, you got to raise your kids better than that. No, that's not acceptable. I've learned. Hanging around other kids now, when my kid plays football outside or he plays sports outside, a lot of times I go out there and they want me to throw the ball with them. There's a lot of punk kids out here, man, and I found out that bothers me to some degree. No, you're not going to run around and be a punk. No, that's unacceptable to be a punk. We can't have that in society. Let's all just get along and be cool with each other. And you can't go on some show disrespecting women, whether he's doesn't like women or not. You can't tell someone who's on a show, a professional, get in your lane.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Well, let's go to the next story then, because speaking of going in your lane, now there was a Playboy playmate, and her name is Dani Mathers. Now this story is pretty crazy. So she's on the popular social media Snapchat, and she's facing some criminal charges over a body shaming incident. Now, you're looking at the headline, you just see that and you go, oh, this is Snowflake Central. What is the Playboy model Danny Mathers is facing a criminal trial over body shaming incident. So I just look at the headline. If I didn't read the story, I'd go, this is Snowflake 101. We need Lee here to defend this. You know, we need him to defend this. But then we're going to read the story. So she's going to be going to trial. And what she did, she got on Snapchat and she took a picture of her. So she took a selfie. It wasn't a blame your selfie. But she held the phone up and there was a nude woman in the shower behind her. It was a little bit overweight. She took a picture of her and was pretty like, it said, what'd she say? It says, if I can't unsee this, then you can't either. And she sent it to all these people on Snapchat. And, well, as we've learned, if you send something out on Snapchat, whether it's private or not, it gets spread around. So she's been banned from all, this was in LA Fitness. She's been banned from all LA Fitness locations. And now she is facing criminal charges. And now she tried to get out of it. She tried to say, just give me probation. I've learned my lesson. And the judge was like, no, you're going to trial. And she could get some serious time up for this, for this incident here. So we go into what is wrong with people on social media. I know we talk about this constantly, but like, do you think that's acceptable? You're taking a picture of someone behind you who's in a private area getting changed, trying to they're obviously working out, trying to get themselves better. And you're sitting there taking a picture, mocking this person, and then spreading that to your friends. Yeah. I mean, what is wrong with people? And this is a good-looking woman, obviously. I mean, she's in Playboy. She's good-looking. I mean, if I saw her walking down the street, that's a good-looking woman, And is that what it is? Is it just what is it? Tell me what it is, man. Explain this era we're in of social media where you think this is funny or acceptable.
No, I think
no, not
atrocious.
you. Yeah, not you. I mean, her. Not you, John. No, why does she and other people like her think it's acceptable?
I'm saying that if she had done that in the locker room in high school, there would have been a lot of people that thought that was funny.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
And I think that that's the mindset that she is in. She's still in high school. She's not matured.
Yeah, you're right.
That's the closest thing I could think of.
Well, that's true. I mean, I guess maybe 2 years behind bars. You think that's going to teach her a lesson? I mean, hopefully it would.
I hope so.
I mean, but it's just like, and I think of that. I see story. There was a good documentary I watched. I wish I could remember the name. It was like Frankie and something. And this girl pretty much, she went to a party. She drank a lot of alcohol. She got really drunk. The guy raped her, and then started taking pictures of her and spread it throughout the school. And when you're 17 years old, I mean, hell, if you're 30 or 40, that's a big number. But when you're 17, that's the world, you know. And all the people in the school got it. They started calling her whore and all these things like that. And so she killed herself. She killed herself because of these. And in this small town of these white hillbillies, none of these kids were even held liable criminally. None of them. And even civilly, not much happened to them. And I'm just like, what is going on here? Like, we come back to the kids. You got to teach your kids better than this. Like, number one, you got to tell your kids, anything you put on social media, it will get out, no matter what. I don't care if you send a Snap or Instagram or Facebook or whatever.
Here's a step even further. If you take a picture with your phone, there is the potential for your phone to get hacked.
Yeah.
And those pictures could be out there. So if there's something that you never want seen, don't even take the picture.
That's true. But it's hard to teach a teenager that as well, though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's hard to do. I mean, I don't know. How do you, like, we were teenagers once, and I didn't think past the next week. So it's really hard to teach. I mean, I don't know. It's just tough, man. I see these kids. I read about them now. There's kids killing themselves. We speak of Chris Cornell, but we speak of kids killing themselves, and it's tragic, man. All of this could have been avoided. Listen, don't be taking pictures of people, especially in a locker room, without their approval. I mean, what is wrong with you people? Like, if you're in public, I'm not. If I've taken pictures of funny people out in public, yeah, I have. I mean, but so I don't know what can I say, but they weren't.
For the most part, I mean, what's the worst thing that you've done? Hipster alert?
Yeah, hipster alert. I'll take a picture of hipsters and just make hipster.
If they're real hipsters, they'd probably think it was funny.
Right. So, but I mean, so maybe I'm a bit maybe a little bit, but the point is,
But the thing is,
you know,
though, is if you had to look one of those people in the eye in public, you'd probably be okay with it because you.
Yeah, hopefully.
I mean, you didn't. I mean, they're live. They're not going to be like, you ruined my life.
I hope not. I hope. Yeah, you're right. They probably would think it's funny. Hopefully, but this woman.
I mean, this.
Okay, you're the judge in this case. What do you think the appropriate punishment would be for this woman? Honestly, what do you think would change? Because that's what jail's all about. That's what our criminal justice is about. Can we reform someone and make them not do what they've done before?
I think the downfall for any person lingers directly in what they hold most dear.
Right.
And what this woman here holds most dear is being in the limelight.
Yeah.
And being in front of. I would ban her from every social media.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
For life.
That's good. I like that. All right.
And I think that she would have to serve some kind of jail time.
Okay, I'm with you. I think
maybe 1131.
Yeah, why not? I'd say 2-3 years. Honestly, I think that's the only way you're going to impact someone that's privileged, good looking, and they don't think of anyone but themselves. I mean, I don't know.
And on top of that, I'd probably make them do some kind of community service.
And maybe go talk to schools about cyberbullying, which is a huge thing now.
Yeah.
That might help as well. But is she ever going to be really changed? Can you change someone? I mean, that's really another question. Will she change? Will she just do the time and laugh about it and write a book? I don't know. Like the Kardashians and Lavar Ball and the Hiltons, all this. They made it where you can make money. Even social media, you can make money off of pretty much being a nasty person these days, or at least being superficial and only caring about yourself.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, when did this start? Did the real world start this? And because I think most things start out small and then they spiral out of control. And I think, like, all right, real world, that's cool. All right, a couple people living in a house. And then they got to be kind of spiraling out. And this stuff just got ridiculous. By the Las Vegas years, it was stupid.
Yeah.
And so now you've got TV shows, you've got YouTube series like that. Have you heard about the father of 5 on YouTube? He was like he was abusing his children.
I think we talked about it like after an episode.
Okay, yeah, he was abusing his children on his YouTube channel. It was getting like lots of views. There's clips of him smacking him in the face, pushing him down, yelling at him, cussing at him, and I mean he got his children taken away. So that's one way to do it. But this is just unfortunate. And we watch everything on YouTube. I've watched murder on YouTube. I mean, everyone has seen this picture now that read the story. The picture's on there.
Yeah.
We are a society. We just want to see. We want to see the car wreck. We want to see the dead body, and then we want to leave and not help anybody.
Yeah.
It's just it's wild.
We want to be that fly on the wall where we have no accountability.
Right. So. I don't know, man. Hopefully she, I just hope she learns her lesson at some point. I doubt she. I hope people like her learn her lesson, but you see a lot of these people. I mean, there was some kid that, he did something a while back, and he claimed his defense was he was rich and privileged, and so he didn't know wrong from right. So that was his defense when he went to court. Like, dude, come on. Like, we all know what's wrong. So. Yeah. All right. Let's see. What else? What else do we got? Well, here's something that's kind of bothering me. So the Nashville Predators is our local hockey team here, and they're doing really good. I mean, they are making some advancement in the play. This
is the furthest they've been since they've been here. Yeah.
They are in the conference championship. If they win this, they go on to the Stanley Cup championship and possibly win a Stanley Cup for the city, which if you would have said that when these playoffs started, people would have thought you were insane.
Yeah.
There's no way.
We're going against really, really good teams.
Well, did you know that this whole city's hockey city now? Do you know everyone loves the Predators? I'm just learning this now. Every show you turn on, every social media, everyone's a Predators fan. It's amazing to me. I didn't know this many people liked hockey. Did you, John? I mean, I was unaware.
I didn't know either.
This is what the thing about this city, and maybe other cities as well. I think there's some historical fan bases that you have to give it to. Boston Red Sox, Chicago Cubs, towns that, like even Cleveland Cavaliers, towns that just have a history of a team, okay?
Yeah.
And you know the cities behind this city. Do we think all these people, number one, do you think the general person that goes to these hockey games now, not I'm not talking if you've been going since it started, I will say you are a true fan, I respect you. I'm talking all these people now that are buying these tickets for $300, they got to be there. Do you think they can name 3 hockey players on the team, honestly?
Here's one for you.
Okay.
Go downtown.
I was
during
thinking
a hockey game. Hold
on.
on. Walk up to, on average, how many people wearing a Pred shirt or jersey could you walk up to and ask them what the term icing means?
Oh, no.
And they can answer.
Oh, 0. No, well, I mean, 10%. I wanted to go.
I was thinking about 10%.
I wanted to go tonight. I was thinking about calling you and doing this, but we wouldn't have to stream it live. I wanted to go to the hockey game tonight before it started. Go up with a camera and a microphone, and just say, "Hey, man, Pred fever, man, sweeping the town. Hey, just tell me who's your top 5 Predators players. Who you like out there? Your top 5 favorite Predators players right now. What percentage of people would be able to name 5? Do you think?
I don't think most of them could name 3 or 2.
I hate.
They'd be looking over their shoulder at their own jersey.
Right. Like, who's on this jersey here? What I love about
I like number 11.
He's good. I like what's his name? The guy that's married to Carrie Underwood. He's cool. He's a cool player. When you're known as the guy married to someone else, come on, man, that doesn't count.
Mr. Underwood.
Mr. Underwood. Yeah, I mean, I've been watching some of the games now. And I don't want to say what Lee says, what does that prove? It proves they're bandwagon jumpers, man. It proves they're not behind this team. They want to capture that moment. If they win the Stanley Cup, they want to act like they were big fans from the start.
It's the exact opposite of what we were just talking about, where people don't want to have accountability for the bad things.
Yeah.
But they want to have stock in when the good things happen.
Very true. This is true.
But they don't want to put in the work when
oh no, they don't want to watch them when they stink. No way. Just like this used to be Titans town. What happened to all the Titans fans? Dude, in '99
Nashville was it's known as one of the loudest third down crowds in the league.
Yes.
I mean, I couldn't hear the person next to me when the other team was having their third down.
Where they at? Where's all these Titans fans now? Did they move? Did they get out of the town? Where'd they go? You're right. They don't want to take the bad. They only want the good. That sums up social media. It sums up sports. It's everything. I'm ready to like a loser. I'll like Vanderbilt until the day I die. They're terrible. They're not good. They're on a good year, they'll make a bowl. On an average year, they won't do squat. They'll win 4 games. I've liked them since I was a child. I like them to the day I die. People say, why do you like them? I just like them. I mean, because I've always liked them because I'm a hometown kid, and that's just the way it is. Like Predators, I'm not going to jump on the Predators bandwagon.
It's funny because you hate Vanderbilt students.
I know, it's kind of weird, right? I can't jump on this Predators bandwagon. I do support them. I do want them to win, but I'm not going to get up there and go, man, I got the fingers out, man. I'm doing Predator Nation. Like, come on, man. Like, let's all just be real with each other and just say, these are all bandwagon jumpers. And it kills me because you'll see local news people who are from other cities, and I won't name who this specifically is, but they're from this one anchor is from Pittsburgh, so they like the Pittsburgh Penguins, and now they like the Predators because they're in Nashville. You got to pick. You can't like 2 teams like that. That's my hard stance. That's another one of my hard stances. You cannot like 6 or 7 teams. You got to pick one team. You got to roll with them. And if you abandon them, that's fine. But you got to destroy them, abandon them, and move on.
Well, when I was real young, like 8, 9, 10 years old, really into baseball.
Right.
Loved baseball. But there's some things I didn't get about like the way that the standings and stuff work. And born in New York, but living in Baltimore, I liked the Yankees and the Orioles.
Oh, yay.
But when I realized, wait a minute, no, those things do not go together in any way, shape, or form. That can't happen. And so
I despise the Yankees. I will until the day I die. I don't care. The only way I'd like the Yankees if my child ended up playing on the Yankees. Then I'd like them. Just like I hate the Vols. I'll never like the Vols. Like I've learned not to hate them as much because I do know a lot of people now that like them. But I'm never gonna cheer for them unless my child is out there playing wearing a Tennessee Vols jersey. Then I'll be the biggest supporter you ever met in your life. But until that day happens, and if it doesn't, I can't get on that. Orange is a terrible color anyway. I mean, good God, man.
I can't agree with you just because I just talked about Baltimore Orioles. So.
Yeah, but you guys aren't full orange. Like, at least you're black and orange, you know? Like, the Orioles, I can get down with that. Like, I used to like Cal Ripken. It's all right, but full orange, it just looks ridiculous. It's one of the if the Titans.
Well, a lot of prisoners wear that color.
That's true. Yes.
So,
and community workers. If the Titans had been orange, I don't know if I'd have liked them. If Peyton Manning would have come here, I don't know if I'd have liked the Titans. So I don't know. But in my opinion, no. Lee's like you can like as many teams as you like. Nope. Can't do it.
There's some you just. Butt heads,
of course, Lee grew up liking the Yankees, so go figure. You know, I liked the Indians back when they stunk. Like they never won. Every team, if you want, here's what I could do. I could just charge people. Do you want your opponent's team to be terrible? Let me cheer for them. They'll never win. Okay, that's it. The one person I've liked since he came in the league, but I love Tom Brady. Okay, but am I really a Patriots fan? I mean, I could care if he leaves. I don't care if the Patriots never win another game again. I would go whatever team Tom Brady's on. You know, that's it. And like Steve McNair, when he went to the Ravens, did I cheer for the Ravens? Nope, can't do it. Ravens were the enemies of the Titans. You got to pick your stance.
One year when we had like 5 starting Titans on the
Ravens.
Starting Ravens team,
and I was like, no, I can't, dude. Steve, I hope you do great. If Steve would have won, I'd have been happy for him, but I'd be happy for the team. And if you like the Yankees and you jump on all these bandwagons, like you jumping on the Cleveland Cavaliers and Lee like the Pittsburgh Penguins, that's another. It's funny about Lee who's not here tonight. He seems to have picked all the winners. He just picks winners, and maybe I could just start picking winners. I don't know. Like, maybe I should just start picking winners, John. Maybe my life would be... Can you enjoy that, though? If you really jump on bandwagons, are you really happy when the team wins? Or it's the moment, right? You want to embrace that moment and act like you were there.
Yeah, it's one of those things. You're wearing the jersey, so you're part of that winning team.
Right.
You didn't score any points.
Nope.
You didn't run any yards.
Nope.
You didn't make any free throws. That's it, man.
Amen. I agree with that. All right, well, let's go. We do have a Dear John this week. So usually you'd hear some theme music, but we can't do that tonight. But you know what the song is. Dear John, do, Dear John. Okay. All right.
That version.
There you go. That's the best. All right, I'm going to go ahead and read the Dear John. So Dear John is our segment where people email us, and they ask for John's advice on a situation. And we got one this week, and I was excited to read it. It's very interesting. It almost reads into kind of what we're talking about tonight to some degree. All right, so this one says, Dear John, my son, we'll call him Jimmy, okay, obviously it's probably not a real name, but my son Jimmy is 8 years old. His father and I are divorced, and the father is facing jail time. Jimmy sees him every other weekend, and I'm planning on telling Jimmy the truth, although I'm sure his dad will want me to lie and say he needs to work out of town or for a while or something. Should I tell the truth, or should I continue the lie and not upset my child? What do you think?
Whenever a question comes up, you say, ask your dad.
Is that really? Well, no.
If he wants to propagate a lie and she doesn't feel comfortable with it,
but she doesn't.
It's on him. It's on the dad.
So would you? Okay,
I'm saying if I was going to jail,
yes,
I would want to be the one to tell my son the truth.
But he doesn't want to. He just wants to act like I guess he's going to act like he was just away out of town or something. So
the guy's an idiot because eventually the truth.
Well, yeah, but is 8 too young? Let's break it down. Is 8 too young to tell him? Is the first question. Does an 8-year-old? Do you think an 8-year-old could comprehend that their father? Now you gotta look. This is a son who probably thinks his father is the greatest man that ever lived. We all at 8 years old, we thought our dads. Well, most of us. I can't speak for John, but I thought my dad at 8 was the man. I thought he was the coolest guy on the face of the earth. I thought he knew everything at 8. Is 8 too old to break that illusion for this child? That's the first question.
Well, I mean, it would really depend on the kid. It sounds like, he's already going through some issues because, his parents are divorced.
That's true. Okay.
So, that comes with almost forced maturity.
Yeah, that's
having
true.
to do with that. Now, the real question is what is the motivation for the mom here? Because sometimes there's some issues in that divorce that may want her to make him look bad.
That's true.
And if that's the case, then even more so, you need to leave it up to the father to
I didn't think about that.
to propagate anything that's going to happen. This way, if she says, ask your dad, that puts everything on dad. He can do or say whatever he wants.
Right.
That way, the father can't get upset at the mother. Because she didn't lie for him.
Right.
But she didn't deny what he was saying.
Yeah, that's true.
So it puts everything in the dad's corner. And when the kid, if he says, Mom, why didn't you tell me the truth? She could say, I thought your dad was going to.
I guess, but do you think, that's tough stuff, man, because you're putting a lot on the mom you're right, but he's going to look back one day and just go, Mom, why didn't you tell me the truth? Like, he's not going to look at it like we would look at that situation today and go, okay, is a kid upset when you lie to him about Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny? Of course not. I think most children understand you lied to him for a reason, but I don't know.
Well, if the roles were reversed, if it was my wife going to jail or whatever, and 10 years later, he's 17, 18 years old, said, Dad, why didn't you tell me the truth about what happened to Mom during those X amount of months?
Yeah.
I said, well, I would say I told you to go to her and ask her, because I would be the one that wanted to tell you if the roles were reversed.
Right.
And I thought that's what she would have done.
Yeah. It's tough. So basically, you would say for the mom just to say, hey,
the details are fuzzy on this thing. Yeah, ask your dad. He can fill in everything for you.
And so just basically put on the dad, even if the dad's going to continue just to keep lying to her. That's kind of a thing too. The dad's going to keep lying, man.
Well, if she really wants to out the dad, then she could give the boy questions to ask.
Yeah.
That will back him into a corner.
Yeah.
He's like, well, you're going to call me every day, aren't you, Dad?
Well, if he said, well, I'm going to be out. I'm going to be working. I'm going out to another state. I'm going to be working the entire time. Then what do you say?
They have phones there, don't they?
He's like, no, I'm going to be in Alaska. They don't have phones there. Then what do you say?
Then if the son asks the mom, do they have phones in Alaska? That's when you say, yes, they do.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
If she really wanted to out him out, then she could.
Jimmy, I know Jimmy's not listening, but Jimmy, you're gonna have a tough life, my friend. You're going to have a very.
If you're 8 years old, your dad's going to jail. You're gonna have a tough life.
Yeah, you are.
You're already downhill. It's not good when your parents are separated or divorced, and I've been there. But.
Yeah, that's a big moment, for a child. For sure, I see your point there, but it's just tragic, what else can you say? It's just tragic, the kid, either way, times are going to be tough for him, so I don't know. All right, well, there you go. That's our dear time. If you want us to answer your questions, as tough as they are or tough as they're not, let us know, sometimes life is not easy for you. All right, here's what we're going to try to do here. We're going to try to do Dear John. We did Dear John. So email us at bybpod@gmail.com or send us a DM or anything like that if you want us to address these subjects. We're going to try to do the Blame Your Selfie. All right, so is that what it looks like right now? I'm trying to figure this out. All right, here we go. We're going to do, every week we ask our followers to submit a selfie and use the hashtag Blame Your Selfie. and then we will put those selfies up. Usually Lee's doing it, so it looks a lot better than it does now. But we're going to try to get this done and see what happens. Right now, we are literally looking at someone's eyeball, so it's kind of weird. But
we are flying by the seat of our
yes,
pants.
this is truly. This is taking podcasting to the next level here, but
we said screw it, we'll do it live.
We'll do it live. We are literally,
and so now we are screwing it.
So we're still looking at someone's eyeball. I don't know how to fix this. Okay, explain to him while I'm trying to figure this out. Explain to him what blame your selfie is, pretty much.
Blame your selfie. Each week we ask our dedicated and loyal listeners to take a picture of yourself, put it on Twitter and put on the hashtag blame your selfie, and each week we will put those selfies on display.
Well, we will try. We definitely will
do our darndest.
We'll definitely try. So I'm trying to make this smaller. We'll see it. Okay. So we kind of had a theme this week. We asked our listeners to do one of two things. You could either we were asking for like Starbucks selfies, or we were looking for. Oh, here we go. Oh, I'm figuring it out. Oh, I think I've got it. Okay. We asked people for Starbucks selfies, or this week we asked for the Bow Wow Challenge. And the Bow Wow Challenge, if you don't know, is basically where we, how would you explain Bow Wow Challenge? Take a picture of you in a situation that's not real. Bow Wow.
To make yourself look better.
Bow Wow claimed he was on a private jet, and he was not. He was actually flying coach. And he got,
not even in first class.
He got busted doing it. So the Bow Wow Challenge is... Take a picture. We'll explain it. Do some up here. Okay, so here we go. We'll see if we can figure this out. All right, here we go. This is Blame Your Selfie. First Blame Your Selfie of the day comes from Mandy at Cyanide with 2 N's, and she says, living that Starbucks life. And so that's, last week I said Starbucks was the worst. It's the worst in the world. And
just for those who are basic.
I was told I need to apologize to somebody for these statements. Now, look, if I offended you because I said Starbucks sucks, I will go ahead and apologize for the listeners. I
hope this is being recorded. It is.
Hey, if that's what you like, that's your thing. I think it's overrated. Okay, I like local coffee, but if that is your kick and that does it for you, I've been to Starbucks before, then do your thing. All right, so that's Mandy with the Starbucks. All right, next up we also asked for the Bow Wow Challenge. Now this is from Copper Top. Copper Top says, Justin Bieber had a shirt with my face on it. Years ago, I broke his heart when I told him he's too young. And this is our man, Justin Bieber, wearing a shirt, if you see right there in the middle, with Copper Top's face on it. Now, this is alarming that I didn't know that she broke Justin Bieber's heart and probably inspired a number of tunes about the kid years later. Did you know that?
Well, I mean, he probably started wearing this shirt when he came out with Never Say Never.
Oh, there you go. So Copper, you've broken this poor kid's heart. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
And in Bieber's defense, though, I would wear that shirt.
There you go. If we can get those shirts, we'll sell those on the bybpod.com. If we can get some Copper Top shirts, I mean, it's a pretty cool shirt. So, all right, next up we got Michael Anthony Nicholas II, and said, this picture is from 2014. It is of myself, my cousin Josh, and his wife Heather. Hashtag blame your selfie. So lately, Michael Anthony, fan of the show, friend of the show, love it. He contributes a lot. He actually asked us a question. I'll go ahead and bring it up now. But he's submitting a lot of selfies of him with other people, and this is his family. And it's also, there's another one. I believe it's his dad or his mom's birthday today. So I'll find out in just a minute on that. But he did ask a question, John, and I'll pose it to you. If you could have one celebrity photobomb you while taking a selfie, which celebrity would you pick that to be? It's a pretty good question, isn't it?
That is a really good question.
So he posed it to us, and he even gave us his answer as well. It's his dad's birthday today as we record. So happy birthday to your dad, Michael Anthony. We got a good question.
It's Michael Anthony the first.
Yes, Michael Anthony the first. It's his birthday, so happy birthday to you. So some responses from that question. Lee said his would be Harambe. He would want he'd want Harambe to photobomb him, which is impossible because he's dead.
Yeah.
And then Copper Top Rose said she would choose Neil Tyson, which is Neil deGrasse Tyson. So that's who she would pick to do it. And Michael Anthony gave us a number of people. He said, I would like it to be Sarah Walsh, who's a reporter, Melanie Layden of News 4, and Traffic Jam Sam of Fox 17. So Is there anybody that stands out you would love to get photobombed for?
That's a good question. I guess there's just so many different aspects that, I mean, for the show, I'd want it to be with somebody like Taylor Swift, because I'd post that definitely, and that would probably bring us a
Taylor
lot
Swift,
of attention.
kind of going with Taylor Swift.
But just like personally, even though I'm as far right as I lean,
yeah,
I think it would be really cool to get photobombed by Obama.
Oh, there you go.
So my personal choice would probably be Obama.
Not bad. Okay. So if I get photobombed by one celebrity today, so I'm taking a picture and the celebrity just walks through the picture. Wow, that is, I really haven't given it a thought. I should have, because I've learned of this tweet hours ago. Oh man, I would probably, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I mean, Tom Brady would be the best. That would be my profile picture on every social media outlet there ever was. So. Thank you, Mike. Man, that's a good question. Lee would hate that question. Literally, he would be like, "That's the worst."
I'd rather die.
I'd rather stab Lee and John or David and John in the face. All right. Here's another one from Copper Top. One other fun fact of the Bow Wow Challenge: she's been featured on champagne bottles before. Champagne Copper Top. Who knew that?
I did not.
Wow, that is fascinating.
That's a celebrity I would not mind.
There you go, Rose. You got it going on. All right, here's John. It says. Relaxing at a Mexican resort or just taking a break from working in the backyard, Bow Wow Challenge. So you were hanging out in Mexico this week.
Oh yeah.
Wow, there you go, man. That's looks like you're on a resort there. Very, very interesting. Good stuff there. All right, we got Sammy right here at Finger Podcast. It says, "I'm excited to be at work. I think I'm going to need a beer for this." So that's Sammy. He having a fun day at work, just like all of us.
You can see the
excitement.
Joy.
Yes, the joy in his face. Go follow him at Finger Podcast. Podcast has come back soon. Oh, here's the snowflake himself, the paperclip LeBron James. It's Brother to Blame, at Brother to Blame. It's Lee, who's our AWOL host. There's that time I kicked it with Bow Wow. Hashtag Bow Wow Challenge. So he literally was hanging out with Bow Wow. Did you know?
He got Bow Wow in his Bow Wow Challenge.
Wow. Very impressive, man. That's, wow. Kudos for you, man. I didn't know he knew Bow Wow. He didn't mention it last week, which is even crazier. Oh, who's this guy? This is me, at David BYB. It says 70s album cover or my superhero secret life Bow Wow Challenge. If you didn't know, now you know. I might be a superhero, Catman, or I might be in a 70s rock band. So there you go. Next up, we got Bree Poe, who says, Starbucks selfie for this week. Also to say, screw you to me, David, for hating on Starbucks. Hashtag blame your selfie.
Expect some mail, David.
Well, it's hard to be upset at this face, honestly. And I'm going to apologize for that reason, okay? So I apologize for talking about Starbucks. All right, here's the next. Okay. Let's see. This is John right here, and it says Bow Wow Challenge, not really my ride. Oh, I thought that was literally your ride right there.
Yeah.
All right, Pizza Dad Live says, let the Starbucks blame your selfie begin. He started off with his Starbucks. Looks like a Frappuccino or whatever that is right there. All right, we also got caution spoilers. Sarah's the best.
That's a really cool picture.
Sarah is great. I love tweets from Sarah. She does movie reviews. She got to see Alien Covenant before any of us because she's in the UK, and apparently it came out before it did in America, which is straight garbage. I don't know how that happened. But anyway.
It's a lot of movies are like that.
She says, if I'm not going to Cannes in 2017, then Cannes can bloody well come to me at BYB Pond. She's got the cigarette, ready to go, ready to be a Hollywood star. Bloody is, we should be saying bloody everything. Bloody hell. It's the best. It's one of the best. All right, here we go. We got our man, River, another great guy that posts selfies every week. And it says, cheers to all the real coffee drinkers. If your Starbucks burnt beans suck, don't blame them. Blame your selfie. Love it. And that does not look like that Starbucks to me.
It does not look like Starbucks.
I always say, the people will come behind me because I am the voice of the people. I only preach the truth on this show. I've tried to tell you guys that. I only speak what I believe to be true. And the truth is, most people don't like Starbucks coffee. Here's Rusty G. It's our boy Rusty G. He does a great technology show. If you want to go follow him at Rusty G, said, is it time for Blame Your Selfie again? Here the Pirates movie was pirated. Yeah, so apparently hackers say they're going to release Pirates of the Caribbean before it comes out. Are you going to go see this movie, John?
No.
Are you
I
excited?
mean, maybe that pirated version. But
Are you? Thank God. Are you? So you're not excited about the Pirates of the Caribbean Part 25?
No.
The trailer looked decent, but
I
no.
think a better name would be like Dead Man Making Movies.
Please, I know Johnny Depp is apparently the worst on the set too. Like he has people watching him when he wakes up. He's showing up the set like hours late. Like he's messing up the filming and everything. This is terrible.
I saw something online making fun of him, said he won't do a movie unless he gets to wear a hat.
There you go.
So,
what happened to Johnny Depp? I mean, that's a 2-hour show, but I mean, okay, here we go. This is at Bethany says, my baby girl Jovi, which is a dog, joins me for this week's Blame Your Selfie. And we always like seeing selfies from Bethany. She's great. Here's another one from Lee. It's got Starbucks coffee with a little Evan Williams kicked in.
A little something.
And he says, wait, that doesn't smell like Starbucks. So this could possibly be tweet of the week right here. Because basically saying Starbucks coffee is garbage. Okay, so that was most of the selfies. I may have missed a few, but hey, we're doing this on the phone. We're doing it live.
We're doing it live.
So, you get what you get. So, yeah, so every week we encourage you to, like we said, please send us a selfie, and, we will try to play it on the show, and we appreciate you guys, doing that every week. Like I said, it really makes the day more than you'll know, and like I said, really appreciate you guys doing that for us. So, all right. So normally you and Lee get together and you do a little major key of the week. But this week there's no Lee, so we're gonna have to come up with a major key. So we got the keys. We got the keys. Okay, that's usually sound right there. All right. Do you have anything that stands out as key of the week for this week?
I would say be prepared.
Be prepared.
Because we were not.
Okay, there we go. So he's breaking out an old Boy Scout. What is the chat? Does the chat have anything that might be the major key of the week? I mean, is there anything that stands out? Nothing. There were some good ones. Stay in your lane would almost be a funny one if it wasn't so bad.
Yeah, if it didn't come from that.
Right. I'll go with be prepared. That's it. Be prepared, because like I said, without Lee here, as much as we joke on the snowflake, he is our tech support. We do miss him being on the show.
Sometimes it's not good to just do it live.
Right. Sarah says just be staying in your lane. I don't care. We'll come up with it. Well, when Lee comes back next week, we'll figure out this week's. How about that? We'll do 2 next week because he's listening to the show. So, all right. So, yeah, that is it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed what we talked about tonight. I mean, we had fun doing it. It is what it is. Podcasting at its gorilla best.
Yes.
You know that a sportscaster was literally fired because he said Serena Williams was playing with a gorilla style, and they assumed he was talking about a animal gorilla, and they fired him because they said he was being racist. Is that unbelievable or what?
Snowflake stuff.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Anyway, wacky world we live in. All right. Anyways, Lee says that's a terrible key. Okay, Lee. Then you come up with one before the end of the show because we know you're listening. Give us a great key since you're so great in wisdom and everything. How about don't let Lee not be on the show? How about that? I don't know. Come up with one. All right. Well, that was the show, guys. We told you earlier. You can go to bybpod.com. That is our website where you can get all the information you need. It's got all the links. So we're on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn. So there's a number of ways you can get the show every Friday morning. You subscribe, and guess what? It hits your phone, your smartphone, your computer, whatever, automatically. You don't even have to worry about it. And then you can go in there. We actually got a rating on iTunes this week, and I will try to bring that up while I'm talking to you. But you got to go in there, leave us a 5-star rating and review. Now, the reason you want to do this is because it helps the show immensely. I'll read the review next week. I can't bring it up. But it helps the show. It could get us featured on the iTunes page and get us a lot of reviews. And we've had the numbers, guys, I'm just going to tell you, have been great the last couple of weeks. You guys have been coming through like gangbusters. It's amazing. Like I get on there and look sometimes, and I'm really blown away. I don't think people realize sometimes a kind word from someone can make your day more than you ever know. Like, I actually did get a kind message from someone this week that I didn't expect to get one from. I won't say who it was, but it made my day. Like, they just didn't know. Like, you just going out of your way to say something nice to someone or just to compliment someone, I mean, it will really. I mean, I can't.
Sometimes it can really turn somebody's day around.
It really can. It's crazy. So just be cool, man. But leave us a good rating, and that helps us out. Go share share the show with your friends. That helps us out as well. And we like seeing your comments during the week. Like I said, the selfies are awesome. Your comments make me laugh all during the day. Even if they're bashing me, I still love them. I bring it on. I love it. Like I said, we're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and we stream this show. We try to stream this show every Thursday night. Yeah, that'd been wild. Wednesday. Every Thursday night at 8 p.m. We try to. Every Thursday night, 8 p.m. All you got to do is go to youtube.com/blameyourbrother. It'll take you straight into the chat. We've been having a great time. I mean, 77 people here tonight. It's not too bad.
It's not too shabby.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, we're used to 100, but we'll take 77. I think our technical details probably scared people off, but it's fine. No big deal. 77 is great. But now come hang with us in the chat. Subscribe to the YouTube page. We try to put out bonus videos every once in a while. It's good fun for everybody, and we love it. And like I said, just go to that page, make that your hub. You can buy anything through Amazon. There's an affiliate link. Use that link and buy all your Amazon stuff. It helps the show out. We get a small percentage of the sales. Does not cost you a penny more. And hey, Radio Vegas rocks. They have been supporting us since episode 1. Go to radiovegas.rocks, okay? Go to radiovegas.rocks. They stream our show every Thursday. There's a number of other great podcasts, other great shows on there. They have radio shows. They have podcasts. If you're looking for something to listen to, go to radiovegas.rocks. And if you missed the show, you can go listen to it on Thursday and great other shows as well. Man, I'm trying to think. Did I miss anything else? That sound like everything?
I think you nabbed it.
All right, guys, we appreciate you coming with us. Probably end with the baby behind us in the video. Guys, thanks so much for getting through this train wreck on the YouTube. I mean, audio, you're not going to know any difference. But thanks so much for hanging out with us. And I guess with that being said, John, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Don't blame yourself if you could